Guys, flashback in post.
Heyo.
Yes, editor's note. Listen, because I'm not the editor, I can finally make this joke. Editor, put it right here.
No, put it here.
Yeah. Fuck, you're the DM, you win.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm going to be your DM this evening, as is indisposed. Last we heard word, they have graduated from the FBI and are running from the CIA. We are still unaware of their crimes, but if you ask us to testify, we will claim plausible deniability. So, sorry. I'm going to invite you to take a moment. I'm going to invite my players to do the same. If you are sitting, take a moment to feel the chair beneath you. If you are laying down, take a moment to feel the bed beneath you. Notice something in the room. If you're doing something else, do whatever it is you are doing, but do it mindfully. Unclench your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Take a deep breath. As we welcome you to Aethelgard. Now, we as a team have been in the town of Silverhaven for a minute now. And, you know, we are going to head to where we need to head. But there's a couple things that need to happen first. Last session, we had quite a lot happen. To put it simply, we had a little bit of a recovery for one of our less than constitute adventurers, as Kinsey nursed a hangover. We had Haziel and Finn go on a tour of the town as they questioned the morals of ripping apart one of Tansy's automatons. And we, as a group, came back to some form of harmony. It seemed as though we all came back together. There was a bit of a division, some splintering, but we all seemed to come back. This all culminated in Finn and Kinsey heading to the Firefox Cafe, a wonderful establishment, as suggested by our wealthy benefactor, Elidor, that we promise is just a bookstore, and it's nothing else. The fact that it has a stripper pole means nothing. That episode ended with our wizard taking some time to de-stress with another patron of the bar. Our cleric being introduced to a less than savory individual, but on the surface seemingly quite polite, who invited them to a hunt. And our wonderful dancing bard making a good bit of coin, shaking their, and I quote, bits, but tastefully. It was burlesque.
It's very tasteful.
Now, it was extremely tasteful. There was nothing untasteful about it. And we will reconvene the morning after. Now, can I assume that one of us as per usual, wakes up first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rolls-Royce will wake up at his normal early morning time before everyone else. Go out, do his daily stretches routine, and then head back into the main area, order breakfast for the group, and then just sit there with some coffee, waiting for everyone to show up.
Tansy, once again, somehow always awake, greets you and effectively offers you the usual, as she has become quite accustomed to seeing you just before dawn. At which point, we're going to do our first roll of the evening.
Ooh.
Finn, could you roll initiative for me?
I'm rolling initiative. Who am I fighting in the streets? 5. Coming in hot.
Nat 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I was going to have you roll against Buckthorn to see who woke up first. Or at least who made their way to the main area first. But it seems as though Finn took their time. Maybe a little lighter in the step. Which then means that next down would be Buckthorn, as so often he has become accustomed to again during this little period of peace, joins Rolls-Royce for coffee. And Josh, do you think that Buckthorn and Zara talk? Or do you think they enjoy the silence together?
Good question. I think when Buckthorn, I think Relzarx is used to quiet mornings. So when Buckthorn walks down, he will, or when Buckthorn sits down, Relzarx will say, "Good morning, Buck."
Morning, Laura.
And then beyond that, unless Buckthorn brings anything up, I think Relzarx is just, taking in the quiet for the time being.
Into the day.
While it remains quiet.
Well, it doesn't remain quiet for long, as almost uncharacteristically, we see Finn. Now, I'm going to hand narrative control to you. Does Finn go in through the front door?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are sat in the main thoroughfare, both just quietly enjoying a coffee, and we see Finn walk through the front door.
She just walks in, opens the door, and is just heading straight for the stairs. Doesn't really seem to be paying much attention to what's going on around her.
Are you up early this morning or up late again, Finn?
A bit of both, I think. And now she's gonna look and see the two of you at the table. Is there coffee yet or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then she will go and get some coffee.
Were you guys out late last night?
Yes, the cafe was not what we expected. It is
Oh, you went to the cafe?
We went to the cafe. Elidor recommended it. It was not...
What kind of cafe is open that late?
Well, it was a little bit confusing. The cafe, turns out, is a cafe by day.
It's a blood night.
And a house of pleasure in the evening. Which we did not expect. Haziel seemed the most unsettled. She kept talking about seeing people's bits. And it was an interesting experience.
So Elidor recommended it to you?
Yes, I went and saw him the other day. I needed to borrow some books from him, and he asked me why I was going to a library this late at night, and he suggested that I check out this cafe. Turns out he is a not infrequent customer of that establishment, which surprised me.
Really?
That is surprising.
Yes.
Come on. Guy that old? Lived here for this long?
But, like, you know.
Yeah.
Transmutation is a powerful school.
Yeah, okay, yes.
The thing that confused me is that he didn't tell me what the cafe was before we went. He just said it was a cafe.
Oh.
So when we arrived, it said by appointment only. We assumed it meant reservations of some kind. I then indicated that we were all there for as a group, which then led, point being, Kinsey performed a dance for the crowd, and it was incredible. So there is that.
No surprise. Where are the rest of them?
I don't know. We split up.
Oh. Fair enough.
Okay.
And Finn will just sip and drink her coffee.
I was about to say, in the silence, Buck is absolutely going to attempt an insight check.
I will.
You've just explained to me that you came home in the wee hours of the morning, just before dawn, from a house of pleasure. Buck's got all the questions.
That is fair. I will attempt to roll deception, and it is going to be dog shit. Oh yeah, that's a hot 6.
Just like your date.
Yep.
No, he was
a
7,
hot
remember?
7, actually.
Yeah.
He was a 6-7.
Ugh.
Nope.
Sure. Yep.
Ugh.
Okay. So I have Buck's beaten you by less than 10, but he has beaten you by more than 5. So you give however much information you reckon he picks up on that.
Yeah. I think he picks up that something definitely happened. Like, clearly Finn went home with someone. But I would say she doesn't look particularly, like, different. It's not like she looks way more relaxed or anything like that. But yeah, clearly something happened. Somebody got lucky.
Just like she's not glowing, but her shoulders are a little bit lower.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think in response, Buck just goes, well, I hope you had a lovely night. Regardless, if the other two are here, I did have a couple of things that I know we wanted to achieve as a group. I know we want to finish getting some, crafting stuff done. I know we wanted to return that water. I would like to book out a little bit of time with all of you. because I have some ideas, and I think they might help us in the future. Sound good?
No concerns
Okay.
from me.
I'm glad that you trust me enough to not be concerned when I have an idea.
On that point, though, I actually need to speak with Haziel about something. If you all don't mind if I excuse myself.
Of
Please.
course.
Okay, so then Finn will take her coffee and head upstairs, and will press an ear to Haziel and Kinsey's door to see if they're up.
I'm up. Because I only trans for 4 hours. Are you up, Kinsey?
Yeah, Kinsey's getting up. She's getting up. She's being slow about it. She used a lot of energy on that performance last night.
Muscles are a little sore, sort of dragging herself out of bed.
So then Finn will knock on the door.
Okay, then Haziel will open it if you're still getting ready. And she's gonna be like, hello.
Hi, I see you both made it back in one piece.
Yes. Why would we be in 2 pieces?
Sorry, let me rephrase. You made it back safely.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Right, I just remembered I need to ask Buckthorn a thing.
Oh. Okay.
And I grab the whip from my nightstand.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna like bolt down the stairs just to be like, and just like yelling, like, could you teach me how to use this grabber?
Finn is just going to turn to Kinsey. I think, did I leave before she got that?
Yeah, she made a friend. She talked to the friend for a long time.
I see.
I think they made plans and stuff.
Interesting. Do you wish to come join us, or do you need some more time?
Nah, I need food. I need food.
After a performance like that, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
And we'll head downstairs.
As we all coalesce downstairs, I will say, is about the time where Mem does bring our usual breakfast as ordered. And you see, the raw onion, block of cheese, eggs, even more coffee. And Haziel, you bolt down the stairs.
Yeah, like
Now-
loudly thump.
I was about to say, in all other scenarios, I'd be worried you'd trip, but you have wings, so anytime that you're about to lose your footing, you kind of glide. Having said that, though, in the past, that hasn't helped.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, so it doesn't help.
That's a big assumption that she actually uses them.
Very true. But let's say for now, you glide down the stairs, and how do you enter the room?
Like actual like skidding coming in, and I just like slam the whip on the table, and I'm like, do you know how to use this?
Good morning to you too. Yes, I do. Why?
Because I was gifted it by a nice lady with like, okay, so she was really cool, right? Because everyone else was showing bits, and she was like, hey, we don't need to look at the bits, you know? I mean, I did see Kinsey's bits, and then I saw this like elf guy's bits, and that was, oh, that's a lot of bits. But we, she was talking, and she had like her armor was like sewn into her skin, which I mean looked painful, but I mean cool. And then she had like barbed wire on her arms. But she was really polite. She was nice. I don't remember her name, but we're gonna go hunting later today. Anyways, so we're gonna. She gave me this whip. She said that something compelled her to give me it. And now I need to learn how to use the whip. And she said I can use it to grab stuff, so I think that could be really good because I can like whatcha and like grab a treasure, I guess. I didn't treasure.
Okay. Firstly, thank you for telling me. Secondly, have you ever met this person before?
No, I didn't meet her before. She just like came up. We were sitting there, and I was a little, panicked because there was a lot of, bits and stuff. So I was just kind of like, okay, a little wigged out. So she came up and she was super polite, and she pulled me to the back of the area, and she let me face the wall so I didn't have to look at all the bits. And we talked for several hours, and I talked about all of you guys a lot. And I talked about like my job and losing my job, and then she talked about like what was her name? Lacrosse, Laval.
Are you about to say Leviatar?
Yeah, that was the name. That was a really, yeah, she was like,
Nope.
like, oh.
No.
Yeah.
No,
What?
we're not doing this.
What?
No.
Doing what?
You know what? Let me rephrase that. Because that wasn't fair. That wasn't right. Do you know anything about Leviatar?
No, but she sounded cool from how the lady said it.
How did the lady say it?
Oh, she said something about like having good endurance and survival and stuff. And I brought up hiking, and she was like, yeah, like for hiking, which made a lot of, like it made sense. So she's like, I don't know, some like god of hiking.
No. Anyone that wants to can roll me a religion check to see what they know of Leviatar.
Religion check. 18 for me.
Oh, I accidentally have advantage on, but the first number was a 12, so.
Sorry. Is Kinsey rolling?
That checks out.
Okay. So, let's start with Kinsey. You are pretty sure that is a small monster that some people capture in red and white balls. You don't know how, you don't know what it is, but you're pretty
Live
sure.
with her. Yes, I've heard of that.
Thank you so much for picking that up.
I thought we were trying to stop putting other IPs.
Gotta catch 'em
in
all.
the game.
This is non-canon.
No,
Oh,
this
is
is
it?
canon.
I'm the
decided
lore
it was
master. I
Yeah, we
decided.
decided this session was canon.
No, I know. It's
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yep. Okay.
Moving to Railsrax. You have heard the name, and you are somewhat familiar. It's sort of like a boundary of knowledge. You know that their, endurance makes sense. You haven't really heard hiking before, but you're pretty sure it's something to do with physicality and pushing yourself and stuff. Finn, you straight up know that this is a god of suffering. And in that moment, I think there is a moment of absolute just bewilderment at this statement, that Buck sort of looks at all of you and sees Kinsey with a face of full recognition, sees Relzarax with, like, you know, that they kind of remember. It's like that sort of like looking up in the corner of your eye or something. And then he looks at Finn, and what does Finn's face look like as they realize this?
Definitely concerned.
Yeah, I think that Buck sort of looks at Finn and just sort of just gives him a nod. And just goes, okay. So, as I don't know how to break this to you, love, but Leviathan is not a god of hiking. Endurance, somewhat. Leviathan is a god of suffering. You know, does that make the sewn-in armor and barbed wire make any more sense to you?
So it's not for fashion.
It could be both, but it seems more like it's to do with suffering.
Oh, then that would make sense why then they were talking to me, because then I do like the healing stuff and then it like stops the suffering. So it's, you know, it works out, right?
I don't think that's really Leviathan's vibe. If you know, they don't seem to be the kind of god that wants to stop suffering, if you're understanding where I'm coming from.
That's why you don't gotta die. You can feel the pain longer.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And you said that this person asked you on a hunt?
Yeah. We're gonna go into the forest, her and I, and we're gonna talk about life and like the meaning of life, and we're gonna trap some rabbits, which is funny because she gave me a nickname which was like Rabbit or something, I don't remember. But yeah, she was really cool. We were, yeah.
Buck is going to look at the group and he's just going to go, I am trying on a new hat recently about not being so, you know, in your face about what you should and shouldn't do. At what point is it okay that I step in?
I think informing to the extent that you're able to, and then letting her make her own decision.
And
Okay.
there's nothing wrong with voicing your opinion on the matter.
Yeah.
That's very true. It doesn't have to come from a place of do this or don't. It can just be, I think this. Okay.
Yeah.
Haz, I love you deeply. I think this is a terrible idea. They are hunting rabbits, and they've named you a rabbit. They are a follower of a god of suffering. And again, dearly I care for you, darling. You are suffering right now. You seem like sort of like a prime catch. Now, as I said before, I'm not going to stop you. I'd really prefer you didn't go alone, but if you want to go, it's up to you.
Well, I told her I would, and, you know, backing out's rude.
is that not only if you are fully informed of a situation, and that if new information comes to light that it stops being rude? That is your decision to make, by the way.
Huh. And now it makes sense that she said the whip could be used on other people or you. I was wondering why you'd like.
So you left that detail out. I'm sure it was unintentional.
What if? What if? If I say no, do I get to keep the whip?
Did she give it to you?
Yeah.
And then you make this arrangement to go hunting?
Yeah.
Or then I think it's yours to keep, regardless of whether you follow up or not.
Cool.
And if she has a problem with that, she can find you and ask for it back.
Right. Okay, but if I tell her no, then what am I gonna do with my day? Because I was gonna go the whole, like, it was gonna be like the whole day, I guess, and like come back at like the like dusky part or something. I didn't know hunting took that long personally. Never
Sounds like
been.
hunting.
Oh, I know I have some stuff that I'd like to cover as a group at some point, but I also know that Finn said that they wanted to talk to you about something.
Yes, about my idea that I discussed with you yesterday. Haziel.
Right, the science.
Yes.
Yes, we're gonna do science.
Well, I wanted to talk to you in private just to confirm that you are comfortable with this idea first.
Okay, then.
To Teacher Buck's point, I want you to understand the extent of what I'm suggesting before getting your agreement to participate.
Okay, then we should go somewhere private.
We can go to my room.
Okay.
If you're willing.
Haziel, when were you supposed to meet this woman?
Oh, 10.
Okay, so a few hours still. Okay.
Yeah, we've got a large chunk of time.
Yeah, are you intending to go and tell her that you've changed your mind, or are you intending to just not show up at all?
Oh, she's coming here.
Okay. Perfect.
We can always send her a note.
I think that's the best. I think, honestly, if she was going to come here, then you can say that you have changed your mind while still having us around for that conversation, I think, is probably.
Or emotional support?
Yeah.
Or physical support.
And or safety. But I doubt she would be. I don't know what her whole deal is, but I would be surprised if she was going to try anything in the middle of a tavern in the middle of town with your friends around anyway. But, you know.
I mean, she has armor sewn into her skin, and for me, all realms of reason and logic have been lost, and I am prepared for basically anything. Having said that, though,
we could just send one of the robots with a note if we don't wish to invite potential danger into this place.
I think that goes down to Haziel.
Depending on what you want to do.
Let's be diplomatic. But yeah.
Okay.
So we will have Kinsey dress up as me.
Have we asked Kinsey how they feel about that?
Hey Kinsey, you want to do makeup?
I mean, I'm really good at that. But why?
Because I'm not good at confrontation.
I mean, I could just tell her for you. And I'll pretend to be you.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. Okay.
I'll let her
Let's
go
Okay.
we
real gently.
we all step out together. And we bring a robot because you brought up a robot and I like the robot.
You see Mem, who has been quietly staring at us the whole time, just sort of start staring at you.
You're coming with us.
He says nothing. He has accepted his fate. But
Good old man.
unless we have any other questions, I think the camera follows as Finn and Haziel head upstairs. And over to you.
So, Haziel, I know you are excited about the idea of attempting some more science, but I do want to clarify what I am proposing and the potential risks that entails. So you can make a decision with all of the information. And so I will spend a second laying out the ritual, like describing to you, laying out the ritual, what it will entail. And then I pause. Do you consent to the things that I have just outlined?
I look at you and just go, you taught me science. There is nobody that I trust more to science than you. If I explode, then it's science.
The true science would hopefully result in no explosions, but I do have to admit that the ritual that I am using as the foundation for this is new. This will also be the first time that I am experimenting on someone other than myself. I do not know how that will work exactly. I say that not to scare you, but to be clear that this is also new territory for me as well. And if that changes your mind, there are no hard feelings.
Didn't you say the thing about science was something about learning about the things we don't know about? So if we don't know what's gonna happen to me, then we're doing a science.
That is true. The risks are greater, though, than destroying water. Are you comfortable with that fact?
I mean, what's the worst?
The worst is not death. Death is easy.
Oh.
Death is quiet. Death is peaceful. For the most part.
So I won't die.
I mean, there are so many things that could happen. We could be, our physical bodies could be destroyed, and then our spirits tethered to this place. We could get shunted into a cup, and then that's just where we live. We could get teleported to another plane of existence and encounter elementals of basic fire, water, air. We could be transported to the hells. We could end up anywhere. Our soul could be shattered into a million pieces and tossed to the winds.
Good news, I don't have that. Better news, we can travel. That means that worst case scenario, free travel.
Okay. I am concerned that what I'm saying is not communicating what I need it to, but you are also an autonomous human being, and so I am not going to take your agency away because I know you can make your own decisions. If you are comfortable with this and you agree to it, then we will do it.
I have spent a long time around death. I'm not afraid of it. If I die, then that's just the end. It doesn't, it's inconsequential. Ultimately, it's a inevitability. That's a word that Kellamvor taught me.
It's a good word.
Yes, eventually we're all gonna die. So if it's now, or if it's whenever, then it happens. And you know, your soul is gonna go and be judged by some asshole. Mine will not, which is comforting.
I agree with you that death is inconsequential. On that, we agree. Okay, then. I will need an hour to prepare. I strongly suggest you take a moment with yourself or perhaps somebody else to make sure that this is what you want to do. Once we get to a point in the ritual, we will not be able to stop it, no matter what happens.
Okay. So you need an hour, and I need a person, and do... Huh. Okay. I'm gonna go think.
Okay.
Okay. And as Yell heads out, Finn begins to prepare their ritual. We will start with Finn. What does prepping a ritual like this look like for you?
It is preparing the space, gathering materials, and prepping materials. So in this specific instance, she will be drawing the chalk circle that she drew for the ritual where she got her portents for the first time.
Mm.
She will be taking some more slivers of the dragon bone and carving in arcane sigils runes. And she will be taking out a trunk from under her bed, opening it, and taking out various accoutrements, such as some needles, scalpel, gloves, and she will request boiling water to sterilize everything. And that she will spend an hour doing that. And we pre-rolled stuff for this ritual. So I got a history check of 23 to make sure I remembered the previous ritual in detail and to apply any learnings that I gleaned from that and how to do the ritual better or for this specific purpose. Yeah, so I will just sit and set up my stuff.
Okay. As you set your circle, carve your sigils, the experiment is new. The components aren't. You know arcane sigils. They might as well be carved into your bones. You might not know exactly how this one's going to turn out, but you have a hand as sure as a surgeon. And I'd like you to make either a history or an insight check.
Oh, it's definitely going to be history. Insight is dog shit. Oh, that's a natural one. Womp womp.
Womp, womp. That memory will escape you then. But the memory of how to set this up does not, and you continue your work diligently. And we'll cut to Haziel. Haziel, given this blend of opportunity and warning, what are you feeling? Where are you going? And what are you doing?
So what I'm feeling is essentially the feeling that a cornered animal gets when they see a break in the things that are chasing them, like an opening. It's a glint of hope in an otherwise destitute situation.
Okay.
But she comes down, just kind of, you know, a little bit of like relief plastered on her face. She comes downstairs and she comes back to where everyone is at, and she just kind of sits down and goes, "We're gonna do a science on me. I need, so Finn warned me I might explode. Or travel to another plane of existence.
Okay.
Or my soul will be fragmented into 1,000 pieces, which that's okay because I don't have one."
Probably another time. Okay.
But I could get my magic.
There's always danger associated with such things, but when it comes to magic, there is no one that I personally would trust more than Finn. So, I think you're in good hands.
Yes.
How does it feel to you?
I mean, I told her that I'm not afraid because worst case scenario is free travel. Because, you know, I mean, I guess a lot of people would worry that death is the worst case scenario or something, but death is just an end. So it's not a big deal.
It'd be a big deal to me. I'd be sad if you were gone.
Well, if I had a soul and became a ghost, I would haunt you. You know, like a friendly haunt, where I'd be like, "Ooh."
But you said you don't have a soul.
Yeah, but I
So
mean,
you
Finn's
can't
smart.
haunt
They
me.
could. Yeah, but what if they like make a robot Haziel and it's like robot noise?
Wouldn't
Beep,
be the
boop.
same.
Okay, but
But
so
I
what
agree,
if
getting
we...
your magic is really cool.
Yeah.
And
what
I
if we
do
all...
trust Finn.
I do too. What if we work
But
together?
I am scared.
So,
And I would be sad if something happened. It's not no big deal. Just want you to know that.
I appreciate that. That is a... Huh. Not a... It's a big... Huh.
It would be a big deal to me.
It's an interesting feeling.
It'd be a massive deal to all of us.
Except for Elidor.
No, he cares for us very deeply.
I think he would, yeah. Not in the same way, necessarily, but I think he very much cares about our success and continued existence and growth.
Feels like he's got a lot riding on us.
We don't have anything. We aren't horses. People don't ride.
Yeah. We are not horses.
Well, you had something you wanted to say?
I was told introspection. To think if I want to, which I don't think I really need to. I'm kind of just gonna go with it. But if you guys want to help, then by all means. I know Finn is confident in their skills of science. I don't know what's gonna be needed of me, and frankly, I mean, I'm not scared of dying, but I am scared of miserably failing and then Finn having to deal with the ramifications of having failed a science because they have confidence, and I don't want their confidence shaken.
I will say, something I have learned from Finn is that the only way you can learn is by trying, and failure is one of the steps to learning.
So if I explode, they'll still learn.
Yes. I mean, exploding is never the desired outcome, but if that were to happen, it would be a lesson learned.
That means there's no downsides.
I mean, look, if you want us there, I'll be there.
Yeah.
And, you know, as it seems as though the sentiment has already been echoed, but in hopes of avoiding laboring phrase, if there was anyone I trusted to do this. Fuck, they've earned it at this point. Okay.
Yeah.
So is there anything we can do to help? Do you know how long this is going to take?
She said give her an hour. So if we have an hour, what do you do when you're about to be scienced on if you have an hour?
Whatever you want.
Whatever I want?
I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
I grab the whip from the table.
Yeah, do you want to learn how to use that?
Kinsey, you wanna go learn how to use a whip?
Oh, I know how to use a whip, but yeah.
Wait, you know how to use a whip?
Yeah.
I shove the whip at her Okay. So I need you to show me. Okay, so get the whip and whip the little robot so that way the robot can come closer and it's like a grabber, like the lady said, so we can learn how to grab. And the robots are good because they I mean the last time, I guess they don't feel, but they cried, so maybe they do feel, but I mean
Hearing
if they
this,
feel, then they don't have a soul. Does that matter?
Tansy bursts out from the back and goes, "Guys, I really, really hope that you don't got the idea that you can go around whipping my robots.
What are we gonna whip then? People?
Whatever it is, it better not be in my fucking inn."
Wait. Because people like the suffering! Oh, wait, I have an idea. Okay, so we need to find people with the sewn-in armor, and we're just gonna whip them.
Or we can practice on a target. Like with archery. Outside of the inn somewhere.
Do I need to talk to somebody? Do I need to call somebody? Are you gonna hurt people?
No.
It's science.
Oh, how reassuring.
I lied, I can't use a whip.
We will make
I'm gonna need all of you to make a persuasion check. Group persuasion check.
Oh no.
Obviously, Finn not included. Oh, no.
11.
Why did you add guidance?
Can I? Oh, well. 8.
I'm using my inspiration for the day.
Okay.
I'm just rolling.
Also, don't get me wrong.
baby.
If you are asking me to make a check, I'm going to assume that you're going to use guidance unless it's a snap thing. But if I'm requesting a check of you and it's not like a can I think about it thing, you're going to have to persuade me to let you use guidance.
Gotcha.
Okay. That's much better. So, Tansy looks at Kree and looks at Haziel and sees it's not like, you know what? What does Tansy see that tells them that you guys don't actually plan on hurting people? What do you say, or what do they see?
This one's Kinsey.
Just the most charming smile ever. Absolutely not.
And I'll say this from Relzarax's perspective. You have very recently acquired a semblance of magic that seems to be somewhat linked to the Fae.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, makes you a little bit more persuasive. Makes you a little bit slippery in conversation. You have never seen somebody's face glitter without magic, and somehow Kinsey's smile literally glints. Like, literally, like the fucking TV ad, like, and Tansy, like, just the facial expression softens into a smile, and she goes, "Okay, guys, just please don't hurt or take or destroy my automatons, and I trust that you will not destroy anything in my inn. Please."
Of course. We are the
Yeah.
picture of responsibility.
Okay, you're pushing it, but you're cute. and she heads back into the kitchen. And the camera will follow as Haziel, Kinsey, and Zara, if all follow, head outside and find like a post or like a lamp pole or something to test generally getting the vibe for it. And then they set up a couple like discarded glass bottles to see if they can grab them. Just before that, or as they walk out, Buck is going to point in the general direction of Finn and just go, you'll receive a message. And it'll just go, I know you're busy, so I'll keep this brief. I understand you're about to perform some science on Haziel. I understand you have my full support and the group support. We're here to help in any way we can if you need. And if it's all right, I'd love to pick your brain about it later.
Understood.
Perfect. And Buck heads out to follow the group. Now,
Relzrex is proficient with whips, as ranger.
as is Kinsey, if I'm correct. No, well,
Yeah, I thought
Buck
it was
is
simple.
as well. No, it's a martial weapon. Buck is as well. And so I think we see a little montage of Buck and Zara teaching Haz and Kinsey how to use a whip. Now, if I was the long-term DM of this campaign, I would very happily say that from today forward, you two had proficiency in whips. As the temp DM, I don't feel comfortable saying that, but I will say, while I am DMing, you have proficiency in whips. As long as I am heading this ship, you can whip all you like. But yeah,
Perfect.
so as that sort of montage concludes, unless there is anything anyone else wants to do and or say. Okay.
Nope.
We follow as the group heads back in. And we head up the stairs. To be clear, what's the organization of the group? By which I mean, is it like, Haz in the middle and then the three of us around her? Are we, single file? What do you think we're doing?
Are we actually going to be in there for the ritual, or is it just Haziel and Finn for the it's just Haziel and Finn for the ritual, right?
I believe we will all be in there, but only Haziel and Finn will actually be partaking in the ritual. Unless, of course, Finn and or Haziel asks any of us to leave at any point.
Okay.
Well, let's say we've got Haziel in the middle of our group and we're almost like, secret agents. Get down, Mr. President style. And we walk them up the stairs and we knock on the door.
Come in.
Buck will reach over and open the door and offer for Haziel to go through.
Got a bit of a crowd, I see. Are we going to have an audience today?
Yes.
We're here to help.
Oh. Yeah.
Unless it would be better for us to not be in the room, then we won't be.
Yeah, well, we can go if you want.
No, there isn't an issue with the first phase of this ritual. I may ask you to leave once we hit the second phase for Haziel's safety.
All good.
Absolutely.
Oh.
So you walk in, and Buckthorn, you'll actually recognize the ritual circle inscribed on the floor, but it's much bigger than the one that you saw. You can make an Arcana check if you want, I guess, to see if you see what's different
sure.
or not. But
Yeah. And you know what? As the DM, I get to decide, and I'm going to cast guidance on myself.
hell yeah. As a part of this magical ritual, Haziel had to make an insight check on herself to make sure this is something that she actually wanted to do, which was what you just saw. And so she had rolled a 21 with Buck giving the help action.
That's so funny. You got a nat 20.
Yeah, I crit. Buck, truly in a... 3 things are happening. 1, he is trying so diligently to be curious that he's going overboard. And it's sort of tapping into the second thing, which is hyper paranoia. And so his eyes are peeled. He's locked in right now. He is analyzing everything that's going on. And the third thing that's happening is he isn't very magically smart, but he is very good when it comes to spotting inconsistencies. And in this case, the inconsistency is simply between what he saw before and what he's seeing now. So what differences is he seeing?
So the obvious one, of course, is, as I mentioned, the size. It is clearly big enough now to fit multiple people. Probably like 5-6 feet across in diameter. The biggest difference I think you notice on that nat 20 is the previous ritual circle was mostly just like arcane runes, sigils, like hard magic stuff. In this one, you see new phrases, words in Celestial. And then I think the other thing you notice, although I don't think you understand the function of it, with the geometry of the pattern, it was very obvious that the previous circle's geometry was all kind of focusing into a single point. Whereas in this circle, there appear to be a couple different focal points. So whereas the previous magical ritual was focusing on one specific point in space, this appears to be covering a larger area.
Like having multiple heat sinks.
Yes.
Okay. In response, I think Buck out of character, as in like out of character for him, will go, this is prodigious spell work. Your sigil work is absolutely exemplary.
I didn't know you were familiar. Thank you.
I've lived a lot of life. I know how to recognize a good mage when I see one. Can I ask a quick question?
Of course.
I'm seeing, like, I'm not quite sure. As in, I know how to recognize it. I don't know if I really understand all of it. But it seems as though it's sort of... It's got, like, multiple points that are important. Why is that?
Essentially, what I am going to try to do with this ritual is send arcane pulses from myself into Haziel's, for lack of a better term, ley line network within her. I don't know how familiar you are with the theory of magical practice with the weave. Essentially, we all have channels that run through us where magic can cycle, and those of us who are able to drain this interior mesh as well as access the weave around us, we manipulate that into spell effects. Most spellcasters work from the outwards in, right? So they have an external patron or being managing that internal network to give them spells, which is what Haziel used to have with Kellum 4. A lot of other spellcasters, like bards, druids, they often learn their magic through traditions, practices, ritual beliefs. Wizards are unique. We are trained from the inside out. You have to master the theory of your own internal network first before you can actually practice magic. And so all of these points map to the meridian wells in Haziel's body. I will be extracting that, infusing her channels with mine, and then we'll attempt to spark, like flint against stone, to get a flame going again. That's the theory. At least I want to try and concentrate the inherent divinity in her blood to make her have magic again.
No. It's interesting how you explained that. Because you're absolutely right. Most spellcasters go from the outside in. Wizards don't. They master the inside first. Now, I don't know much about Meridian Wells, but I do know about coming from the inside out. Paladins do the same thing. We master what's going on in here, and we manifest it out there. From one inside out to another, you've got this.
Thank you.
I have full faith. Go for it.
All right. Haziel,
Huh?
you've had some time to think it over. I'm going to ask one more time. Are you sure you want to go through with this?
Yes, I want to meridian my ley lines.
You got it. If you wouldn't mind, can you please lay down in the center of the circle?
Okay. Like a
I'll direct
ritual
you
sacrifice.
where to put your head.
And I'm gonna step into the circle and wait, on my back or on my stomach?
On your back.
Got it. And I boop, and like wings splayed out just to comfort.
Finn will start arranging 6 slivers of dragon bone around the outside of the circle that have been intricately carved with various celestial and arcane words and runes. She will turn to the group. I don't think I have to say this, but just for the sake of running through the safety checklist, once the ritual begins, I ask that you do not interfere physically in any way, shape, or form. If you were to enter the circle, your own personal ley line network, so to speak, could interact with the magic that we are working with here, and the results may be less than satisfactory.
Sure.
Okay. So then Finn will now pull this tray that's on the side. She will wash her hands in a basin. And she is going to pull out these 4-inch hollow needles from a little bag. Haziel, as I outlined before, I am going to put these needles on various points on your body. You should not feel any pain. You may feel a tingling sensation or a slightly dull ache. If you feel anything worse, please let me know.
Okay.
And I also ask that from this point on, you try to remain as still as possible.
Oh. Got it.
Also, do you have onion on you?
Oh, yeah.
Do you mind if we put onion on the outside of the ritual circle for now?
Yeah. Let me get him. Also, Kinsey, if I explode, you have to take care of Onion.
This is a big responsibility that I am prepared to take.
Yes. Remember, he eats souls, so you're gonna have to find souls.
Gonna have to find souls.
Yeah, and if you can't
Right.
find them on the dead, you can just, like, make dead happen.
I'm sure I can find an excuse to feel okay about that.
Yeah.
But it's not
All right.
gonna happen, because you got this.
Before the ritual begins proper, could you remind me, with the roll that has been made, what were your bonuses?
+9. And then I got a +2 from your guidance.
Okay.
All right. So once Haziel is situated and her limbs are arranged correctly, just like, again, like a corpse pose, basically, I just need to make sure that you're on the points that I drew on the circle. She's going to start from your left foot and work clockwise, and she's going to start pushing in these tiny hollow needles into various points on your legs, your arms, upper part of your chest, and your head. Like 20, 30 needles in total by the time she makes it all the way around. And then she is going to situate herself standing at your feet. And she has a couple of tools that she's pulled into the ritual circle with her. There were the needles, obviously, a pair of gloves of some kind. And she's going to turn to the group. But the ritual is about to begin. We can do this. We got this.
Got this.
Hey, you got this.
Thank you. And so Finn will start the verbal components, the somatic components. And similar to the ritual that she performed before, the ritual circle starts to glow. And the dragon bones, which are arranged in like a perfect triangular formation from each other, raise and start to spin again. And she takes out that tuning fork and taps it against one of the needles in Haziel's legs and holds it in the air where it stays suspended. And Relzerax, you start to hear a very familiar, like vibrational, bassy hum. Very similar to what you heard when you stood outside Finn's door the day that she didn't come down for breakfast.
Yeah.
And these dragon bones are spinning, and it feels like the air just gets denser in the room, almost to the point where it's hard to breathe. And then the dragon bones freeze. And Finn starts doing some more somatic motions. and you all see emerging from Haziel her inner magical network. Haziel, what does it look like?
So what you would expect from when you saw her cleric magic, that was golden with these flecks of black. Or, yeah, I think it was black. My brain. But now what you see is a lot more of a darker, like, not really a darker, more of like a transparent, like a ghost fire, if you will. But with tiny flecks of blue. It's just kind of this little cacophony of barely visible, I don't want to say fire, but fire.
It rises out of her to about waist height, and it vaguely follows the shape of Haziel's form. Finn then taps her chest, and these soft gray strings, filaments emerge from her chest. And as she's concentrating the power as hard as she can, those blue flecks begin to coalesce into very erratic strings. They're tangled, they're flailing a little bit, unlike Finn's, which are incredibly orderly and stay exactly where she puts them. Haziel's are chaotic. Finn takes the gloves from the ground, puts them on, and they seem like fairly simple gloves, except each finger is tipped with what almost looks like a tiny crochet hook. And she starts circling Haziel again in a clockwise fashion, and she starts pulling strings that are emerging from her, and she starts weaving them into Haziel's ley line structure. And it is tedious work. It's like 20-30 minutes slowly making her way around Haziel until finally she makes it back to her feet. Haziel, this is the point of no return.
Okay.
Do you still want to do this?
Yes, let's science.
Finn takes off the gloves, rubs her hands together, and then, similar to a defibrillator, puts her hands over where Haziel's chest is and just starts pulsing magic. And you all see these like electrical bursts coming from these strings in her chest, shunting into Haziel, and her whole system sort of pulses with that faint bluish color. And she does it again and again and again. And Haziel, what does it look like when your system comes back online again?
The ghost fire kind of becomes a little more opaque. A similar kind of like whitish almost. The erraticness, you can still see that it's kind of like trying to test the strings that you've woven. Just because it's, just got jump started. So it's kind of almost like a chaos fighting against order moment. But it's definitely a new experience. And you can tell Haziel is kind of struggling on the stay still bit. There's like, they said, let's science. They've told you they have complete trust, and there's still the underlying anxiety now that it's like real and happening. And that is plainly evident.
So once it seems like the system is back online, Finn will walk to Haziel's head and sit on the ground and put hands on either side of her head. And we'll send one final pulse. And with the natural 20 that I rolled for this roll, for a total of 31.
Fuck yeah.
Finn closes her eyes and something she did not plan happens. Haziel, you blink and you're not in the room anymore. You are in a void. You feel ground beneath your feet, but when you look down, it is just endless dark. Ahead of you, you see thousands upon thousands of mirrored shards of glass. As you look at these shards and they turn in the light, you are able to see glimpses of this moment in a million different universes. You see a moment where we look as we are now, and we both fade away to dust. You see universes where Finn is hunched over, an angel wing bursting from her back. You see universes where it's not you in the circle, it's somebody else. An emaciated looking person in a dungeon. But in every direction, you see an infinite number of universes. What do you do?
This is really confusing. The first thing I do is I kind of like reach out to just one of them with like a finger, and I'm like, do I touch it? Just to myself. And just try to like poke it.
Okay. You poke it. All of the shards stop spinning, and all of the fins in those universes turn to look at you.
I didn't know you had twins. The Finn twins.
Do you say that
The
out loud?
Finns.
Yeah.
Okay. All of the fins cock their head at the same time, but then the shards resume spinning, and you hear footsteps ahead of you coming towards you.
I look that way.
Emerging from the darkness is Finn, as you know her. And she doesn't at first seem to notice you. She's looking at something in her hand and then looks up. Haziel?
Yeah, I think we exploded or went to like a universe. You didn't tell me you had twins.
What are you doing here?
What do you mean? I blinked and we were here. I just assumed that we exploded.
No, we haven't exploded. You're in my mind right now.
Oh.
How are you here?
I don't... Science?
Something must have happened when we forged the connection. I did not plan for this, but I suppose it is only fitting that you make the choice. This place is my gallery. This is where all of the bits and pieces of different universes that I have seen are stored away, tucked away. I came here to see what future I could find for us. Not all of them are available to me at the same time. In some of these, we triumph more than our wildest dreams. In some, it's abject failure. I didn't want to take a chance that we would fail. But I realize now, this is not the decision for me to make. So, you have a choice if you would like to make it. Do you want to gamble and hope that we land in a universe where we achieve our wildest dreams? Or do you want a guarantee that this will work, knowing that it may cause you some pain? And she will hold out her hand, and in her bloodied hand is a shard of glass.
I look at it, and I look at her, and a gamble or a guarantee. I grab the glass, and I'm like, I'm going to take the guarantee on... I might maybe be a little scared.
I have never had someone somehow enter my mind before. You are not the only one that is scared.
Yeah, I've never been in someone's mind before. This is what this is the science right here that we were talking about.
This was an unintended side effect of the science.
So do I like touch the glass, or do we eat it? Do we?
I don't know. I suppose we could hold hands and jump into the unknown.
Yeah, I was gonna think of a blood pact.
That is an interesting choice.
Like like when you go to camp and you make a friend and you're like, and then your family because you give each other blood.
Is that what you want to do?
I don't know. Holding hands and jumping sounds less bloody.
So Finn will hold out her bloodied hand again.
Right. Do you want me to like patch that up? Oh wait.
No.
Right. That's why we're saying right. Okay. And I grab it.
Okay. When you do that, what does everybody else see in the outer world?
In the outside world, as that pulse is delivered into Haz's mind just before they meld, what Buckthorn and Kinsey and Relzerax not necessarily see but hear is thunder. Distant, but audible. And it settles within you. You knew what you were watching was, we keep referring to it as science. This is an arcanic breakthrough that is so far undocumented. But it settles in your stomach. Exactly what it is you're looking at. How that is so deeply rare that it is making the world itself shake. The air gets denser. You can feel the hairs, if for those that have hair, stand up on end. And then there's this silence.
We're good.
Sort of just breathing. And then,
So, all of a sudden, there's no screaming, there's no anything, but if you look at Finn's left eye, you can see a black ichor slowly dripping out of it. And if you look to Haziel, you all rolled the perception check that one time she was healing somebody, so this is less of a really, this is less news to you. But you notice that this almost illusion of what you've seen and gotten to know is slowly fading away. You see what looks like Haziel, but more gaunt, paler, veins more apparent. You can't see her eyes yet, but when you do, they're perpetually red with a very pale, dead iris color, and the scar of someone that's been through an autopsy. The Y scar, specifically, for those of you who know autopsy stuff. If you watch a lot of murder porn. And that is essentially what you see.
And so, at that point, I think, unless there's something in the inner world that you want to do, Haziel, I think we return to our respective bodies. But if there's anything you would like to do.
No, not off the top.
And so Finn still has her eyes closed. Doesn't go to wipe this ichor off her face and says, "Friends, now would be the time to leave. I have kickstarted her magic, but it is incredibly unstable. I now need to stabilize it, and the fewer people there are in the room, the better."
I'm already gone. As soon as you said friends,
Out the door.
Leaving you guys.
I absolutely peeping through the peephole.
I'm closing the door.
No, I meant like the keyhole in the door. I'm absolutely looking through it.
Well, I guess go ahead, make a perception check then, with disadvantage, I would say, given that you see literally 2 centimeters.
Have you never pressed your eye up to a keyhole before? You can see most of a room.
True.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll go disadvantage though.
You're the DM. You're the god here. You can decide.
I know. I handed narrative control to you intentionally.
That's so funny. You rolled a 20, but you got disadvantage.
Yeah.
Still got a 19 now.
Yeah.
So then...
Makeover.
Go ahead.
Yep. Our first character description ever of the campaign, also.
Woohoo!
Session 15, baby.
We got there.
We got there.
But you would see Finn stands, sort of puts her back to the door, and this sort of neural network, for lack of a better term, slowly settles into Haziel's body. She then picks her up like bridal carry, brings her to the bed, and she has a number of tools on the nightstand. you see her pick up a scalpel and start to do her work, but her back is blocking the view of exactly what that entails. And then eventually she finishes, drops the bloody scalpel back on the side table, and she turns to face the front door. And you see that her left eye is gone. At first, it just looks like a void. But then you rolled incredibly high on your perception check. You see within the depths swirls of purple, the same color as her arcane focus, swirls of a soft pink, the color of Haziel's dress, and rather than a round pupil, it's a slit, limbed in emerald green. And she sits at her desk and just stares at Haziel. And has a drink.
That is where we will take our break.
That
Thank you
was
so
so
much for
fucking
joining
good.
us. Get some water, get some snacks, and we'll be back in a little while. Hello. Welcome back. Before our break, for anyone that's just joined, we watched truly an insane work of magic from our resident wizard. I'm going to say that we cut a little bit into the future, not by much, but enough to the point where they have taken enough time to recover and re-engage with the group. I will leave how long that is to you, Dev.
I would leave it to Haziel, depending on how you're feeling.
Pass the buck. That's right, I got puns. What about
Can I
it?
just do a con roll real quick?
Well, you
Roll me a
technically...
con roll.
Oh,
Roll
actually,
me
I
a con
forgot.
save.
You had to take your 1d4 psychic damage for failing the con save by 1. Yeah, and then I would also say do a d4 of slashing damage.
Bet. Did it roll?
Oh, you are. Yeah, you rolled a 21. You're up and kicking.
Bet. Okay.
Do roll your 2d4 though. You take 6 points of damage. I will happily say you awaken. Your head hurts. You have pain, but not enough to be concerning. And you awaken to see Finn sat at their desk.
So, Finn, what you do notice, because you didn't get the insight check when I did the thing, by the way, back in the day, I don't know, 4 or 5 episodes ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, what you see, again, besides it just looking like a corpse, is her chest. It doesn't even rise and fall. It's just stationary. You don't hear breathing. You don't see any real indication of life aside from small amounts of that black ichor that came from your eye just coming out of that, the autopsy scar. And then after an amount of time, her eyes slowly open up and just very, very slowly, she turns and looks at you and goes, "Did we win?"
I don't think it's a matter of winners and losers. We're still both here, and you'll see her eye is completely different.
Huh. You're Your eye's a little... All your eyes kinda fucked.
I'll look in the mirror. As far as side effects go, this is not a bad one. It still functions. Could be worse.
It looks cooler than your original.
Thank you. You also look different.
Wait. And then I kind of sit up and I look in the mirror. And just very silently just... Fuck.
What's the matter?
Right. When I was created by Kellamvorth, you are a science person. You know you can't make something from nothing. So he makes, you know, sometimes psychopomps from corpses. And I'm here, but because, you know, you can't walk around looking like a corpse, he does the body, the magic to make me look not like a corpse. So that's... Well, that's gonna be an issue.
Do you dislike this form?
I don't want our friends to think that I'm a zombie.
I think they will understand. After all, it's not just your appearance that has changed.
Yeah. So...
At this point, you will hear a knock at the door.
Haziel, before we let them in, and I say this whispering to her, I told you about the device. I would suggest for the time being, we keep that between us.
Understood.
Okay. Are you okay enough to have company?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you need anything? Water? Food?
No.
Okay. I don't know if it'll make you feel any better. I think this form is beautiful. And I will walk to the door and open it.
Y'all
He goes, huh?
okay?
He goes, okay.
Just fucked up eye.
Fucked up eye and standing parts.
Whoa, makeover. Cool.
Is anyone
Yeah?
injured or?
Haziel, are you okay?
Yeah. And like with Finn, what you guys see, again, no chest rising or falling. Despite how I'm doing it on screen because I move a lot, she is statuesquely still. Her voice is quieter, almost like it's a strain to use kind of sort of decayed-ish vocal cords.
I step back.
But you're uninjured?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Well done.
Did it work?
We haven't tested yet. I can confirm that it was successful. Now, what form this will take, I am not so certain. My intention was to grant her her cleric powers back. We'll have to see if it was successful. There was unforeseen side effects.
This was uncharted territory. I think the fact
You're
that
both
you
still here?
accomplished your goal, is impressive, and whatever the results are, be interesting to see.
You're still here. That's
I
awesome.
I truly don't know why we are not in raucous celebration right now. That was some of the coolest shit I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of shit. Now, Fit, I understand you're not comfortable with physical contact, so I will not offer this to you. But Buck is just gonna walk straight up to Haziel and just be like, "Can I pick you up in a hug?"
Yeah.
Picks you up, spins you in a circle. You're still here.
Yeah.
You fucking made it.
By the way, skin ice fucking cold.
He truly doesn't notice. It is in his head. Obviously, he sees the eye. He sees the different forms. It is inconsequential to him. As long as you're okay and you still made it out, success on a level that is uncalculable. He is trying to keep his cool because he can't tell what everyone else's vibe is. He is so excited right now.
Haziel,
Huh?
what do you feel right now? Do you feel magic of some sort?
I stop, and it's almost like I'm taking stock for a second. And then I point my finger at the wall, and I'm like, And again, it's just like really rigid movements, but Eldritch Blast at the wall.
Does that actually happen?
Shit.
Did it work?
We said we wouldn't ruin the place.
That
I will pay the damages.
was not the intended result.
They look really strong.
Whoa.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Finn, what's up?
Eldritch Blast is not an ability often demonstrated by clerics.
No. It's a
Miscalculation.
Warlock.
Finn. However you feel about what you did, about whether or not there was a miscalculation, or if it's not what you wanted, or if it's not the intended consequence, is entirely your prerogative. You to know that from my perspective, for as much as this means, or as little, and that's fine, I am so insanely proud of you. You have just granted magic to a being that did not have it. I am so proud of you.
I appreciate that. Haziel, Finn feels like she failed you immensely.
Haziel slowly turns and looks at Finn, without even without anything, just goes, "You didn't fail." Just like there's some connection there.
I didn't say that I did.
No, but you feel it.
Oh, fuck. Well, then I won't bore you with an apology, Haziel. But suffice it to say, I will continue to improve on what I was able to give you.
Yes. And in your head, all you hear, like radio static, is, what do you say here? What do we say here? Oh no. What do you offer right now?
Haziel, why don't we, oh no. Okay. You know what? Let's take Teacher Buck's suggestion. Why don't we get some food, get some drink? I need to clean up the ritual site.
So at this point,
Was that said out loud, or was that
was said out loud?
still in head? Okay.
but unless anyone else has anything they want to say or do,
Is everyone else going to be like leaving the room and going downstairs and getting food and stuff with Haziel while Finn cleans up, or what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay. I think Grelzrex would like to stick around a minute after everyone else leaves with Haziel, and then once everyone's walked out, I guess Grelzrex will like look like he'll be like at the back of the group as everyone's walking out, and he'll just like say, "Oh, I'll be down in a minute," and then just like shut the door behind them. And then turn to Finn.
Finn is just standing there.
Yeah. Are you okay?
This was not the way it was supposed to go, which normally is fine. It would seem, though, and I will have to study this to confirm, there is some form of innate connection now between me and Haziel. She entered my mind during the ritual and is now seemingly able to pull things out, which is a problem. But that is not a problem that needs to be solved today.
Well, I'm sorry that it didn't work out the way it was supposed to. I know but you both went into this knowing there were going to be risks, and you both accepted those risks. And at the end of the day, even if you didn't grant her her cleric powers, you did grant her power. And that's a very impressive accomplishment. You did good, Fairweather.
I granted someone power. Who knew? Who knew? And she's going to start moving to clean up. And I think, Relzorax, you would clock this, but you see her chest at the foot of the bed propped open, and inside are a number of metal plates, bone fragments. And so I think you, rather than anybody else, would have an inkling of additional work that had to be done behind closed doors.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And she will clean it up. All of it.
Okay.
And
Yeah, then assuming that Finn would like to be alone now, Relzrex will leave and close the door behind him.
And that is where we, dear audience, are going to go on a little time skip. Now, we have been in Silverhaven resting for quite a while, and jobs need to get done. So, during this time skip, Finn continues to work. So, bringing our collected sample to Fizzbang. Resurrex and Buckthorn continue to work the items that are being crafted, and they are finished. And we come to one of the final days that we spent in Silverhaven before we plan to get our next job. And we're actually going to jump to mid-afternoon. Now, if I can request that my players switch on to Roll20. As we see that our players are looking upon seems to be some form of obstacle course, training field, something of the like. If you would like to place yourselves anywhere in the center of the field, I'll go ahead and do the same with Buckthorn. We stand, and Buckthorn stands in front of each of you. And he goes, so, since we have been here, and since we've been adventuring together, I've been saying that there are some things that I think that I could help with, go over. And I have a couple of things that if you'll trust me, just for an afternoon, I reckon we can learn some things. Is that all right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, I'll be honest. I have gotten a little bit restless over the time we've spent here, and I've been doing a little bit of DIY, as you can see, and he gestures to the sort of like circles with sort of almost like walls around them, only about waist height. And he goes, I have designed some... Who's rolling and for what reason?
Sorry, I'm rolling my portents. Ignore me.
Ah, understood. Anyway. So, I've designed individual tests for each of you. And first is going to be Kinsey.
Yeah, boss,
You
tell me
follow
what to
me?
do.
And Buckthorn steps into here on sort of like an elevated place, and he gestures for you to join him about here. And he gestures the rest of you to come into the circle. And he goes
In the lower or upper part?
in the lower part. And he goes, I've been a teacher for a few years now. And while I'm very good at building people up, that's because I'm very good at noticing when people aren't, or the areas that people struggle with, right? So I've designed some tests to see where we stand. Kinsey.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you 3 statements. One of them is a lie. Tell me which one it is. I have killed a manticore. I have had the spell Fly cast on me. I am part of 6 adventuring groups. And Buck waits. Could you roll me an insight check, please?
Am I allowed to guidance this? Or is this... Is this supposed to be like individuals things?
I will say that when it comes to guidance, you will have had to have cast it before he made the statements.
Okay.
Because what is effectively going on now is she would be making the insight check as he was speaking.
Fair.
However, I will never knock the hustle.
Yeah.
Never.
Well,
no matter what side of the table I'm on.
It was more of like a thing of like, is this something that Buck is wanting us to eat? Like, is this something Kinsey is supposed to be doing on her own with no assistance? Is like kind of what the vibe I was asking.
Yeah, because I was gonna try and
Feel free to roll me an insight check.
Huh?
Roll me an insight check.
Okay.
because I was gonna try to like turn around and hide a message spell to help Kinsey out.
Okay. Is that something you want to do?
Yes.
Roll me a stealth check.
Stealth check.
I got an 18 insight on whether I think this is
Okay.
going to be us alone.
Oh shit, I should have just used my portent roll. I'm gonna burn my inspiration. I'm gonna burn my inspiration for this stealth check.
Okay.
Nope, worse. We got a 14.
Okay. On a 14, he spots you. And in terms of insight, you cannot gauge, because this is seemingly so out of character for him. His whole vibe is, let me lift you up. And what he is effectively doing here is going, this is your greatest weakness. And I'm going to show people. You can't get a vibe because you do not understand what is going on.
Yeah.
What do you message Kinsey? If you're trying to message the answer, I'll need an insight check.
Hell yeah. I am going to use one of my portent rolls. I got a 15, so that would be a total of 16. And my hope is just to try and eliminate at least one of the options.
I was literally about to say, Buck rolled a 17, so I'll give you 2. As in, I'll knock it down to a 50-50. Buck was not part of 6 adventuring groups, so either he killed a manticore or he has had the fly spell cast on him.
Alright, I will message that to Kinsey. So you just hear Finn's voice in your head. Say it's not the adventuring groups one.
Well, it's not the adventuring groups one. Is my answer?
Yes.
I don't know.
You have to tell me what the lie is.
Well, if you haven't been in 6 adventure groups, then that's a lie, right?
Yeah. It was 2 truths, 1 lie.
Yes. You see a satisfied smile across Buck's face. And he goes, okay. Next. Finn. Do me a favor. Tell me what I'm about to say. As in, tell me the correct understanding of the statement that I'm about to say. Okay?
What check would that be?
Perception.
Perception. 12.
Okay. You are unaware.
Speak up. If you want
That's
to be,
hilarious, actually.
if you want to be understood, you have to be heard.
Okay. Resurrex,
Yeah.
could you join me up here for a moment, please?
Sure.
Good.
By any chance, could I perception check to see if I can hear it?
Yeah, sure.
Should have just used a detect thought spell.
I don't know.
You do
if
hear
that's cool.
It was an 18.
Sick. What was said?
He whispered, Finn, are you listening?
Just because I heard it, it's just gonna go through the head, and I don't know if the radio static will work.
Let's roll a d20.
You know what? I don't know if it'll work long term, but in this game, I'm down. Fuck it, we ball.
Do we want to leave it up to the dice roll since it's kind of inconsistent?
Oh yeah, no. Roll the d20.
Yeah.
What do we want to do? Like an above 10, it goes through. Under 10, it doesn't. What do you want, DM?
We are going to do Brennan Lee Mulligan's inventions, and that is the further away from 10 it is, the better.
7.
You manage to pick up part of the phrase, and it's you listening.
Can I make?
You know that's the end of it.
Can I make an intelligence check to see if I can fill in the rest?
You absolutely can. Make me an investigation check.
Gotta stop rolling like dog shit. 27 with a natural 20.
Nat 20. The first thing that enters your head is the TV static. You go, you listening. Okay. I have like an 85% likelihood, at least, that this guy is stubborn enough and arrogant enough to taunt me in this whisper. And you are 100% sure that it is Finn, are you listening?
Okay, then I will cast a message to Buck, and I will say, Teacher Buck, are you listening?
He smiles very widely.
Relzex is going to cast guidance on himself.
Good. And Buck is going to message back to Finn and go, I am. But it seems someone else was listening for you. And he's going to turn to Zara. And he's going to go, right. The other tests are a little bit more cerebral. I'm going to put this quite simply. We're going to arm wrestle.
Oh, great. Okay.
Sits down at a table. Clasps
You
his
got
hand.
this, Ro.
Casts
You're
guidance
so
on
good
himself.
at this. Bardic inspiration.
Okay. Fuck yeah. Okay. Okay, so what are we rolling for an arm wrestle?
Straight athletics.
Okay. And what does Bardic Inspiration give me?
D6.
An extra d6.
Okay. I will need to just roll a d6 then. Okay. I can choose to, after I see the result, whether I want to use the inspiration, right?
You don't have to use it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I got a 19.
After that rousing support, you
Oh, and that's not even with the
put Buck's wrist on the table.
that's not even with the guidance.
That's not with the Bardic.
That's not with the
Oh,
guidance.
that's not even with guidance. Oh yeah, no, it's not.
I missed that toggle.
And he goes, good.
Dirty 20.
Got you to the 20. There you go. He goes, good. He turns to Haziel and he goes, Haziel,
Guidance.
you're too far away.
Yeah.
Actually, wait, no, not too far away. You Actually, no, you are, because guidance is mechanically a touch spell. We've just ruled it so that you can do it from a distance because we flavor it that way.
Yeah.
Buck goes, Haziel. I am formless until I am formed. I am the root of all life, and yet have killed millions. I am neither gas, nor liquid, nor solid at all times. What am I?
Annoying.
Make me an intelligence check.
That's what I'm fucking talking about.
Yeah.
That is what I'm fucking talking about. That's my girl.
Okay. You aren't entirely sure. You've got like 3 things it could be, but even with those, you're not entirely sure.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna look like I'm pondering. And by that I mean it's still just a blank, dead expression as she looks at you. And she's gonna turn and look at Finn. And just be like, what's the answer?
Can I roll an intelligence check to see if I can get the answer?
There's no need.
Everyone's
So,
like,
You
yes, that
are
it's
smart
water.
enough to know that the answer is water.
Yeah. So Finn is just thinking that real hard. May I?
You're saying that to me?
Well, yeah, because Haziel turned to me. I'm assuming you say out loud. Can you have the answer? Haziel?
Yes. Well, the answer is I am not good at that. And we have friends who help each other. So if we're a team, why wouldn't I lean on my teammate?
Perfect.
The answer is water.
The answer
I was literally
is
just about to say, Finn, I know you know the answer is water. Okay, that was an extremely crude and obvious representation of what I am trying to say. However, the reason that it was crude and obvious was because it's about to get more complicated. Each of us has a role, regardless of whether or not we think we do, regardless of whether or not we like it. Each of us has a role. And when it comes to combat, it is not about what you like. It's about what you know and what you can do. Raise, just show of hands. Before we started venturing together, who here has been knocked unconscious? And by that I mean like death's door.
I've been dead.
I'd assumed that one. Now, you can put your hands down.
Did Buck raise his hand?
Oh, yeah.
Did
Yeah,
Kinsey
no.
not raise her
Like-
hand? Oh.
Now, one of the things I noticed when we were adventuring in the Redwood is our roles seem unsure. Now, we don't have to stick to these roles entirely. But we have roles. I can't do what Finn can do. And Finn can't do what I can do. And that's okay. That's why we have each other. That's the whole point in all this. But we have to understand that when it comes down to it, if I'm on the front line, it would probably be best if I was either alone or accompanied by somebody who is very good at not getting hit.
I mean,
However, huh?
Like, you realize, like, I can only deal damage if I'm right up next to somebody. Like, I can't. Like, I can only, like, I mean, I have a bow, but I need to be up there too, right? Like,
Which brings me on to my first point. I call this one shock and awe. I've been developing strategies for us. It's sort of a passion project of mine. Formations, drills. And if you'll humor me, I think you'll find it quite entertaining. And he gestures everybody to step off of the stage, as in ask Sarah to step off. And he goes, right, this would be one that is perfectly exemplary example of what you're saying. You need to be up front. But it is not good that in the last, I don't know how many scuffles we've had, you're the one that went down. That's not okay. Okay? So, I've designed an idea. Finn, I'm going to need your help for this one.
Okay.
I have watched you, and I've noticed that you are particularly skilled with the cantrip Shocking Grasp. Now, my arcane spell work is not great, but my combat knowledge is pretty fucking stellar, and I know that that makes it harder for people to do things, right? So my idea is, if I'm stood next to or in front of an enemy, right, and you run in and you cast that and you connect and then you run back out, it can't hit you. And then everyone else that wants to get in close can take their tags and then run back out. And I'm the only one that's left. Right? Because I'm the one that's supposed to keep them there. Now, if there is a world where you don't hit that attack, things are difficult. But that then again becomes my job to make sure that you're alright. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You seem very suspicious.
No, I guess I'm just wondering why you have to be the martyr in this. But I suppose if this is one tactic in an arsenal, it's not a bad one.
I'm going to choose to take that as a compliment. Thank you. In terms of martyrdom, it's not about me being a martyr. It is about the plain hard truth that I can take more hits than you guys.
Ever since I stopped wearing my leather armor,
They're going to be trying to
I've been
hit
feeling
someone.
very, very nimble lately.
Which is actually something that is quite important for another one of the tactics. But I'm not trying to be a martyr. I'm trying to do what I'm good at. Now, not so much focusing on another thing that I'm good at, on a different thing, but mostly focusing on what you guys are good at, is a second one. I like to call it the fog of war. Basically, we get a pot. If Zara will lend his pot again, that would be very kind. Fill it with some water. Bring that water to a boil. This is best in an enclosed space with multiple enemies. Bring the water to a boil. Have Zara point their cone, their cold breath stuff. Have him point it into the room. And then as he begins, these spaces are more interchangeable, but whomever is holding the pot throws the boiling water into the stream of cold air, creating a fog, right? And then whomever is able, I know I personally am, but I'm not sure what access you guys have to certain spells, cast the command spell. And we go betray, just as the fog descends. So that in this group of enemies, all they see is fog, and then their friend stabs them. Hopefully it causes a melee within them, which then either allows us an advantage in a fight or the ability to sneak away.
So this is like an
Now-
ambush situation where we know where they are and have ample time to prepare.
Like we had in the cave,
Yeah.
in the snake room. We didn't pause to plan.
Yeah.
And people got hurt.
To be fair, they got hurt after the battle was over.
And we still didn't plan.
Yeah.
But you make a fair point.
Yeah.
And next one. Now this one's my personal favourite. Because this is one Finn and I have been working on together. I haven't introduced the rest of you to this little pet project of mine and what I've now brought to Finn's attention, who has made it real. But I've realised something, and I'm sure Finn can explain it a lot more eloquently, but I'll give it a shot first and then they can probably say it smarter. On the first day I was here, I bought a block and tackle to lift heavy things. Again, it's what I thought I was good at, and it let me lift much heavier things. And then I realised, if I can lift really heavy things, surely that means that I have enough strength to lift those things, right? And if that's the case, then surely I have the strength to lift much lighter things faster. So I've been designing this thing. Well, I say, I started and then Finn basically did most of it, but that's not the point. Frankly, Finn did all of it, but effectively, I reckon that we can fire something really, really fast and it'll hurt really, really bad. And as he finishes explaining, he goes and moves one of the panels in the wall, and you see... Actually...
Do we want to roll for this?
Oh, I was about to ask. I would like Oh God.
Roll physics.
I'm gonna ask for. I was about to say I'm gonna ask for 2 rolls. The first roll is going to be an Arcana check, just to straight understand the physics of it all. And the second roll is going to be a nature check to see whether or not you can bring the theoretical physics into the practicality of the world. Now, I understand that is usually in the place of understanding and studying plants, but I don't know, man. You figure out the physics check.
Should I assume that I have advantage with Buck helping me on both of these?
You have every bonus Buck could give: advantage, inspiration, and guidance.
All right. So we'll start with the Arcana check. 26
Perfect.
for the Arcana. And then for nature, 25.
You know, I really wanted to be kind to Iz when they got back, so I set the DC as 25 in my head. It's like, maybe we don't get it this time. Nope. Okay.
Sorry, Finn
That's fine. I will
ripped
just
the fabric of the universe apart twice in the last week and a half. Physics, fucking child's play.
Yeah.
I was about to say, and Buck's walked up to them and gone, I think I figured out throwing things fast without throwing them, and you've gone, oh, okay. Let's build your little toy. So as that is done, he opens a panel in the wall, and you see a long sort of stand with like a tripod. It seems, you're very welcome. It seems as though it can spin, or at least turn in, you know, almost like the 4 cardinal directions, but like a 360 almost. But you can tell it's a little bit janky. It is about, well, I've got it in meters, and I know you guys do stuff in feet, so I'm going to say it in meters, and you guys can change it in your heads. About 1.3 meters, which I think is about 4.5 feet or something. With legs, you see that there is a wheel on the end of it. There's a rope going into a tube that's mounted to the top, and the rope comes round the other side and under. And he goes, right, usually the whole team operates this, but I wanted to do the, I don't know, first official fire for you guys. And he takes out a metal rod that is 1 meter long and puts it into the tube, sets the stand, and he sort of like motions everyone to like step out of the way, and he aims it as best he can towards one of the wooden like logs that he's placed upright in the center. And you see, just for a moment, the glint of excitement in his eye. Like, there's no hiding, there's no, you know, like trying to show a certain thing. He is just happy that he gets to show you guys this. And he goes, Finn.
I step up, take my place.
You stand behind it so that you can aim it and hold it in place. And he goes, right, you ready? All right. And he, with all of his might, pulls the rope. You see that it goes like a whip cracking, fires down a track, the metal rod, and it, I don't know how many hit points a metal rod, a log has.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Not enough. And I don't think I can click a button to roll enough dice. Does anyone have a roll function to roll
Yeah.
20d6 for
Slash
me, please?
R space.
I do.
Are you saying someone to type that for you, or? Ah, there it is.
No.
I thought someone was going to, but I just have. As that metal rod doing 74 points of damage rips clear through the log, clear through the wall behind it, and embeds itself in the wall of the circle over here on the other side. And he goes, I call this one the physics engine. Now, we all have a part to play in this. Finn is aiming. I am firing. Haz is either reloading or defending. Interchangeable with Kinsey, depending on their personal preference. And Zara defending as well. Now, the reason this has to be defended is because this thing can't move. You know, I can pick it up and I can put it back down, I can place it, but then it has to be set again. This isn't something that can, you know, run and fire. So this is something where we have to pick a place. And hopefully the thing we're firing at is big. Because it's hard to aim. But if we hit, and if you manage to keep off what needs to be kept off, so that we can get a good fire in, I have not met a beast that this couldn't take down in 3 shots.
Fair.
Okay.
How much time does it take
And-
to set up?
Pardon?
How much time does it take to set up?
Not too long. But it's more about it being like essential time, you know? In a fight, things happen in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
But, you know, it usually only takes like... I gotta take it out, set the legs, load the rod. Probably about 6 seconds.
Really?
So it would take, you know, in a fight, that's a huge amount of time. You know, I could be running and fighting and healing and stuff during that. But I'd have to spend that entire amount of time setting this.
Do you say 6 seconds or 60 seconds? I wasn't sure
It
if I heard
sounds like a
properly.
Which
single
one did I
action.
say?
6 seconds is 1 round. I'm like, is it really only 1 round to set this up? Because that seems like it's too short.
Meant to say 60.
Okay, so 10 rounds.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say
Okay, I was
6.
like-
You said, is it 6 or 60? And I went,
This guy
6
fucking Arnold
seconds?
I
Schwarzenegger
heard the thing. I
and
heard
Anguish.
6.
He was like, literally.
I heard 6, and I wasn't sure if it was your mic cutting.
I
out
might
at
have
the
said
end
6.
or not. So, because I was like, "There's no way that's balanced."
Apology.
Okay,
Yeah, no, not at
Yeah.
all. This
10
takes like
round.
10 rounds of combat to set up.
sounds appropriate. It makes a full
6
minute. Okay.
seconds.
Once it's set
Oh,
up,
god damn it.
once it's set up, does it just take an action to like reload and then another action to aim and then fire? Above table?
To the best of my knowledge, that is how it would function for now, but I would look to speak to Izzy more about
Yeah.
how
Cool.
they feel about that.
Mm-hmm.
Izzy, say something if
But
you
yeah.
want this to take longer than an action.
Well, she.
Oh, nothing. So we heard it here first,
Yeah.
folks.
Nothing. I don't hear anything.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything. Yeah.
The way I'm processing this is I'm firing on an action, bonus action, and a reaction. Anyway.
Oh,
Sorry, it's just like I'm watching is in chat
Sorry,
freak out.
Twitch chat just like disappeared for me. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't see
Oh, that's
anything.
crazy.
Sorry.
That's so crazy.
Either way,
Yeah.
anyway, c'est la vie. So, Buck looks at you guys and goes, "Okay. I hope you understand where I'm coming from with all of this. Because there's one last thing I want to do. I want to see how well you can work together. I'm going to attack all of you. If everyone is comfortable with that,
Yes.
I will do so non-lethally. There was no need to do the full, like... Come on then. I will be attacking all of you. This will be non-lethal. This will not be... I won't be trying to actually injure anybody. I pull out a set of corked weapons for all those that wield them. And I go, I understand magic can't be done non-lethally, so magic's going to have to go live, and that's fine. But 4 against 1 is a bit much, and so I actually spoke to Fizzbang, and as part of our gift for retrieving that pond water, he's done me a favour. He's whipped me up a little brew. Now, you don't know what this brew does. That's okay. My goal is not to kill, but when you feel as though you can't fight anymore, lay down, and now it's up to your team to protect you. Because if I manage to get to you and tap you twice, that would be you dead and the test has failed. Alright?
Okay.
Okay. Roll initiative.
Oh.
My initiatives are never good.
That's okay.
That's not true. You've rolled a high fairly often and then swapped with someone who rolled lower and wanted higher. You've
That's
done
true. I
that
think this
quite a
happened
few
like once or twice.
times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And is this happening in the entirety of this circle we're currently standing in, or this entire training field?
Fire training field.
Okay.
Note this down. Josh. Kinsey is at 15.
And then just mechanically, so we're using non-lethal, so obviously I just made my new weaponry. Can I use my
From a mechanical perspective,
non-lethally?
From a mechanical perspective,
Yeah.
you will be fighting as though you usually fight.
Yeah. Okay.
In world, it will be non-lethal,
Yeah. Sounds good.
as much as magic can be.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay. So we'll be starting with Buck.
Kinsey got 19.
Zeno.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
As Buck downs his potion, his initiative switches, and he takes top position, putting Kinsey at 15.
Okay.
You see as his muscles are strained, his eyes go red, like they go bloodshot, and then it retracts, his body relaxes. He goes, okay. Begin.
Can I make an Arcana check to
And
see
now
what the
we'll move to
effects of
Kinsey's
that
turn.
potion were?
On your turn, I'll let you do it as a free action.
Okay.
And then we'll move to Kinsey.
Oh, goal is what again? Take you down? Or just survive? Or...
Take me out. No, take me down.
Take him
Take me
down
down once I've down.
and not
Tell me
let
twice.
any of us die.
That's the key part.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll come try to punch you.
Consider it
Yeah.
like sparring. Go for it. Okay, that's a miss.
I will use a bardic inspiration on Relzarax. And in that action get to attack, that bonus action get to attack again.
Nice.
So do I have two now? Because I still have one from earlier that I haven't used.
Yeah, you can't have multiple bardics at once, I don't think.
Oh.
So you could give it to someone
That was
else.
the wrong
Yeah, because the previous
button.
gave me one.
Okay, I'll give it to Finn. That's what I meant to roll. Wait, no, it didn't roll the damage roll.
Okay.
What did I get?
Bardic inspiration.
Bardic
1d6.
inspiration.
I don't think I hit.
Nice.
You have... Okay, yeah, no, it didn't hit.
Okay,
So as
that's my
you
turn.
run up, you see Buck move faster than you have ever seen him move. And he takes his shield and he sort of like pushes you back a little bit and he goes, "It's alright. Remember, center, strike with the hips. You'll get me next time."
Yeah.
And we will move to Haz.
Has had to step away from a charger super quick.
Yeah, but maybe she
Understood.
came back. I don't know.
Hazio,
Are
you
you
there?
able to take your turn?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just got back. I sent a message saying I was grabbing
Yeah,
a charger.
you're all
'cause my
good.
tablet was dying.
Sorry, I can't see the messages, but they informed me.
So you've been in combat with Hasniel before. She kind of hangs in the back, does some panicking, tries to heal where she can. She looks at you and immediately she kind of lights up a little bit, and these wings are placeholders, but decayed, tattered wings come back out, and she immediately takes flight in the air 30 feet up.
Yeah.
And then that's as a bonus action. And then as an action, she's going to point down at you and what is the I have the buttons. I had to make sure I was reading them.
We have the technology.
We have the technology. Yeah, why not? She's going to cast just an Eldritch Blast at you.
Okay.
That's my freaky girl.
Yeah. Oh.
As you fire, he doesn't look away from the rest of the combatants and simply raises his shield. Seemingly, his blind sight kicks in at the last second. Is that all for your turn?
Yeah.
She just dryly says, annoying. I really fuck with the new Has. Moving on to Relzrax.
Alright. Relzrax is going to step up to here. And then he is. So am I in a world? Am I wielding different weapons, or did we just like put quirks on my existing weapons?
Put quirks on.
Okay, so Relzrax, in this downtime that we had, has crafted himself a new short sword and a new scimitar. The short sword is called Grove's Remorse, and the scimitar is called Sunset's Reaping. So, with bonus action, he will, looking at the fact that the blades have quirks on them now, just kind of like hit the backs of them together to get the spark that he normally does to happen, as like a green mark just kind of goes on Buck's forehead as he casts Hunter's Mark. And then main attack, or yeah, main hand attack. Ooh. That is gonna be a miss.
Okay.
Need to double check. I think it's. Yeah. Okay. Need to double check if I can still make. I think I can still make. Yeah, I can still make the free bonus offhand attack. I just don't get the advantage because I missed with the first one.
Yeah. As long as the other weapon has the nick property, you're all good.
Yep, it does. So then offhand attack. Alright, I guess I'm just rolling twos over here. Yeah, both, I guess we're just all missing. Yeah, no,
Okay.
because of the weapon traits, the offhand attack is free. It doesn't use a cost of bonus action.
Okay.
So.
Um,
That's my turn.
but is that it for your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on to Dev.
I'm going to make my Arcana check to see if I can understand the effects of the potion you downed.
Yes, please.
20.
Hell yeah. Okay. First things first. He is faster. You can see in the way he's moving. You don't know exactly how much faster, but he is significantly faster, meaning he can get around.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, he seems a little bit more resistant. And that's causing him to flinch less at blows. That's how you're noticing that.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, you are... It's not in him that you see it. It's in the bottle that he drank from. The liquid inside of it had a sheen to it that you remember that is making him a little bit mentally more sound. So you get the feeling that his mind is a little bit more secure.
Meaning like mechanically speaking.
From a mechanical sense, stuff like intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws might be a little bit buffed.
Okay. A little bit buffed? Or a lot of it buffed?
You get the feeling that it's not because you rolled a 20. It's not like full advantage, but you get the feeling that it might be something like proficiency.
Okay. All right. In that case, then, I will relay that to the group so they know. And
Everyone is now aware of that information.
am going to stare at Teacher Buck and say, I need you to stand still. And I'm going to cast Hold Person.
Okay.
And that is going to be a wisdom saving throw of 15. And now I have to make a decision right now.
Are you going to portent his roll?
You're second in initiative, right?
First.
First.
I will not use it now.
Okay. One wisdom saving throw coming right up.
Boomer.
You get that as a check, not a save, I think.
Oh, yeah. That's a wisdom check.
Oh, I clicked wisdom save.
Hmm.
Again then.
Also, you have guidance on. Oh, is that your buff?
That would be because it's a check. It shouldn't apply to saves.
Oh.
Yeah, so
I'll click it just in case.
Yeah. I mean, you still get higher. You still beat a 15.
I do still
Either
beat
way.
a 15 roll,
Yeah.
but while we deal with what comes next, I will correct my guidance
And
thing.
I will just back up a little bit.
So, okay.
That's annoying.
So as that happens, Buck looks to all of you and goes, okay. Each one of you has attempted to hit me or subdue me individually. None of you have succeeded. I don't know whether or not that is because you have not listened, or if that's because you don't believe me, that you need to work as a team to take down stronger enemies. The only one I did see doing that was Finn. Instead of trying to hurt me, you actively attempted to control me to make me easier for your Patriots to hit me. There is only one of me. Ah, very true. Excuse me, you also did inspire. Now, I need, before whatever happens next, I need to let you know, I am not actively trying to hurt you, but for this test to be genuine, I will have to act as though I am attempting to end your life, and so I will proceed as such. And he is going to draw his blade, which has been corked, and he is going to slash at Zara.
Yeah. That would be, unless there's additional bonuses beyond that, that is a miss.
For the attack, no. But he will... Will he do it this time? He will. He's gonna do it. You've never seen him do this before, but Finn picked up that he was faster. That wasn't just in speed. He is able to attack twice.
Haste, I'm assuming.
Yes, haste.
Yeah. That's a hit.
He's not entirely haste.
I mean,
Okay.
it's...
All the important shit.
Yeah.
He's missing a couple important things.
Fair.
Anyway, so that is... He's going to smite, which will make that 3d8 plus 4, which should come out to... a total of 20 points of damage.
Okay.
He is then going to advance around Kinsey. So leaving Zara's threatened area, but not Kinsey's.
I'd like to make an attack of opportunity then.
Please do.
Is 22 a hit?
A 22 is a hit.
Okay. Then... that is 18 damage. So that is a d6 plus 5 from the weapon itself, an additional d4 of poison from the weapon itself, an additional d6 from Hunter's Mark, and an additional d4 from Dreadful Strikes, because this is the first time I've hit you in this combat round.
So it's a d6 Hunter's Mark, d6 weapon, d4 poison,
And
d6.
So it's 2d6 plus 2d4 plus 5. It's a d6 from the
Okay,
weapon.
sorry, I'm just trying to clock.
Yep. It's a d6 from the weapon, a d6 from Hunter's Mark, and then a d4 of poison from the weapon, and a d4 from Dreadful Strikes. Plus 5.
The reason I'm asking is because I know part of it was poison, and because of my new armor, the armor of the Cured Grove that was made for me.
The poison is 3 damage.
Thank you.
Yeah, if it
So
should,
that takes that to
if you go to
17.
details, or it should just show there, the poison is marked specifically as 3.
Perfect. Thank you kindly.
So
Okay, so that hits. That will move it to Kinsey's turn.
I can't.
and this was at the start of the
end
new
my turn.
or the new round, correct?
That is the start of the new round.
Okay. So then I will not get full strikes on my turn.
Kinsey, you don't end your turn.
Okay.
roll damage. Okay. You notice that as soon as he is struck by Zara, he is slower and a lot easier to hit. Okay. In fact, anyone that wants to can either make me an investigation, an insight, or an arcana check.
Arcana.
Investigation. I'm assuming this cannot be guidanced because we're mid-combat.
Mid-combat.
5. I rolled a 1.
Got a 22.
And has got a full-fledged 25. I need to stop asking you guys to roll stuff.
Bro, me and Haz. Let's go, dude.
Welzerax, you don't really notice any change. Kinsey, you notice what I told you, that he's slowed down, he's a lot easier to hit. Dev. Finn, in fact, you notice that he seems to now be more susceptible, not just slower. And Haziel, on a 25 insight check, you notice that I hate that I keep setting DCs at 25.
Yeah.
Mechanically, he is now vulnerable to every damage type he was dealt.
Okay. Some of that damage was psychic, then in the event it's relevant.
It was psychic, poison, force, and slashing.
Yep.
Bludgeoning for me.
Pardon, Kinsey?
Bludgeoning from me. Just bludgeoning.
Yes, and bludgeoning from you. Yeah. So bludgeoning, slashing, poison, psychic, and force. That will move us to Haz's turn.
Alright, I'm going to, just by looking at this, where everyone's situated, you control my token, so I was just going to move behind, like, on the opposite side of Kinsey, still in the air.
Okay. Around here?
No, the other side of Buck, so it's like a pincer.
Oh.
Fair.
Cool.
And
Flanking,
because she, because she done did the insight, she's just going to very dryly go, getting weak in your old age.
I fuck with this Haziel so heavy, dude.
And then we're gonna cast Guiding Bolt.
So bad. Guiding Bolt.
That is a hit, but he is not vulnerable to that type of damage.
Okay.
So just roll regular.
Okay, I need to roll 4d6, and the next attack made against it before the end of my next turn has advantage, by the way.
Fuck yeah.
One of my absolute favorite spells.
That is the most teamwork that I have in this new kit.
Yeah.
healing and death.
And it's cracked.
Yeah.
So it's /R.
You can also just hit the damage symbol
Oh,
on,
right. Oh,
and it will
wait,
automatically
so I
do it.
Boop.
"13. What does your new guiding bolt look like?
Well, it still says that it's a bolt of light. So, while it would, how do I explain it? Do you know the look of the like corona of a black hole?
Yes, exactly.
Similar to that. Nothingness except for the outline.
Horrifying, and I love it.
Sick.
As that strikes him, he just smiles. There's no like whippy comeback to what he said. It's literally just a smile. Which moves us to Resurrex.
Oh yeah, Finn's last. Okay.
Bringing up the rear.
All right. Well, so I have advantage on my first attack because of that guiding bolt. So I'm going to attack you with Grove's Remorse with advantage.
Perfect.
Jesus Christ. Is a 10. I mean, it seems like 10 might be a hit based off of some other numbers I've seen, but
Unfortunately, that time is a miss.
All right. I missed, so I do not get advantage on my offhand attack.
Still have the Bardic?
Oh, wait.
mean,
Ignore this roll then.
Max
I do still have
6.
the Bardic.
I was about to say, Grove's Remorse would not have hit, even with full Bardic.
Okay. Is a 19 a hit?
Sunset's Reaping hits.
Okay. I believe. Okay, I have the damage. Yep. Dreadful Strikes is off because I've already hit you this turn. 14 damage. 7 slashing, 1 necrotic, and 6 force.
Okay. You see that cuts him deep.
Yeah.
He did not like that. Which pushes us to, unless you have a bonus action you want to use.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. That moves us to Finn's turn.
I said freeze. And I'm going to try casting Old Person again. And I am going to hope that the dice gods are with me so I can save my portent for something else I want to do. Wisdom save of 15.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Come on, dice.
Come on. Lucky number 7.
Come on, dice.
Here we go.
Yes.
He's going to burn an inspiration.
Yep. Makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's a bitch move. Bitch move.
That's the point. That's the whole entire point.
I'm so fucking annoyed. Both of my 2nd level spell slots. Fine, Finn will just twiddle her fucking thumbs, I guess. Hang out.
Yeah. So, as that second hold person fades, Buck looks at Finn and goes, We are in a fight. This is simulating death combat. Usually, people wouldn't ask, but just because I know what you're like, is it alright if I touch you?
Are you coming to attack me?
Yes.
Then don't ask. Just do it.
Perfect. He runs over. Make me an acrobatics or athletics check.
Attack of opportunity?
For me?
You'd think, wouldn't you?
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. You get them.
Okay. I was like, if we don't, we don't.
What is this potion?
Yeah. Okay.
It is, to be clear, they are both getting opportunity attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made that as a joke, simply to play off of the idea that it is very vague at the moment.
Fair.
I will explain afterwards.
Potion of Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
Must
That is 5 points from Kinsey. And
Cringy?
10 does not hit.
Yeah, 10.
Cringy. You are not. You could never be. So that is 5, 10, 15, 20. Could you please make me, if I remember correctly, to avoid a grapple, it is either an acrobatics or athletics check? Or is that a dex save?
To
Old
avoid
rules, it used to be-
athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah.
But they get the
Um,
DC from an unarmed strike.
Yeah, so you'll have to make the attack, and then I,
Okay, perfect.
can I use shield if it's technically an unarmed attack, or am I not allowed to do that with grapple technically?
I think the grapple only can happen if the unarmed attack hits. So I think you should be able to get to shield it.
Okay, cool.
Assumption.
I was about to say, snap ruling, go for it.
Well, it doesn't even hit.
There you go.
Why weren't you rolling like this before, man? What the hell?
Yeah.
So Finn will
Dice
truly
tell a story.
just shift perfectly positioned 2 inches to the left so you miss. Like, truly, you could have measured it out, and she did the exact minimum distance she needed to do.
There was like a flash a moment beforehand of him running towards her and just went,
Yep.
This oaf. Consequently, he will look at Finn and he will go, I understand why you want me to freeze. But I think being active is far more important. Betray. Make me wisdom saving throw.
Wouldn't that be your action, though? Or is command a bonus action? Oh, he's hasted. God damn it.
Command isn't.
Wisdom save, you said?
Mhm.
10.
That is a fail. Now, to
And
be
you
clear,
said betray?
the instruction that you were given was betray. You are well aware in this combat that it is non-lethal. So you're not going to try and ice one of your friends. But you are actively either going to hinder or damage them.
Well, hold on. I have to look up. Man.
The definition of the word betray.
No, is this from the official list? Where they outline, because that could mean a lot of things, and I know
It
it's
is
kind of
not.
up to the interpretation.
I don't think so.
It isn't one of the official ones.
Okay, so
Yeah,
then that is
technically
up
you
to...
can monkey's paw. Sorry, that was unintentional.
That is up to Finn's interpretation of what betray means then. But obviously not harming you. Betraying whatever the intention is
Yeah, exactly.
of this encounter. Okay, so I think...
Yeah, no, it doesn't mean... Yeah.
Okay. I think...
Well, that will be on your turn.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like the effect of getting hit with that magic. I think you see Finn's expression of actual hurt. As her mind is forcibly taken from her and forcing her to do something she does not want to do.
Okay. Understood. That will move us to Kinsey. I will say, Buck isn't looking great. He is close to being out of this fight.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's any large pushes that you've been saving, suggest using them. That will not hit.
And my turn.
Could you not bardic on your bonus action? Unless you choose not to.
I think the only one who doesn't have it right now is Osio.
Yeah.
Sure. Hello, bardic.
That hits. You hit him. You hit him in the what was it, second round? Which means
Yeah.
He is... Okay. Shit, I didn't expect that ending. How does Kinsey take Buck out?
Fucking kicks him in the shin.
Yeah, seems poetic. As Kinsey runs up and just like toe punts Buck in the shin. He goes, fuck, fine, I yield, jeez. And he drops concentration on the spell.
Real quick. So unfortunately, command is not concentration.
Yeah, I have to
Oh.
go
Can I
through it.
make a perception check to see if I heard, like, or would I automatically have heard what the command was?
You would have.
Okay. So in that case, I'm after Kinsey, right? Or no, is it Haziel next?
You're after Haziel.
Okay.
Are we?
Having said that, though, I was about to say, combat has ended. We would be out of initiative.
Yeah, so I'm
Well,
betraying
the betray still has to happen
right now.
But I was wanting to get myself over to Finn, so whatever she does will happen to me instead of anyone else. Assuming that's, kosher.
You would come before Finn in initiative.
Yeah.
And because of how command works, it has to be on your turn. Technically, if we were still in initiative, you would have gone to act. So,
Yeah.
sure.
So yeah.
If you can make it there.
I mean, I think I can.
I reckon you can.
I mean, currently, I can move through allies' space, and technically, you're both now allies.
Oh yeah, then you've
right? So,
absolutely got space.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I was flip-flapping in the air.
Yeah,
did I
you
hear you say you yield?
Yes.
Okay, good.
He shouted it loud enough for everyone to hear.
Thank God.
Which actually... Okay, hear me out on this thought process. If the spell was cast and the command was yield... if the command was betray...
Yep.
That was understood by Finn as betray, i.e. hinder the completion of this task. The task has already ended. Finn is aware of that. So there's nothing to betray on.
Well, unfortunately with
But-
command, because it's the one word, all I know is that I have to betray in this moment in whatever context is. So even if the challenge is done, technically I still am compelled to betray, and that additional context doesn't exist. Of like, oh, betray in it's like the word is betray, I now must betray, whatever that means. I have to follow
Okay.
that one word command. And so that's why if we're good to resolve this, I know what I am going to do.
So I know non-lethal, so you're not actually hurt right now, correct? But like Buckthorn isn't currently actually hurt. It's just like I know how it works in Pathfinder. I'm not sure how non-lethal damage works in D&D.
When I was saying non-lethal, it was very much for almost like flavor text. There is non-lethal damage in D&D.
Yeah.
But that is just knocking somebody unconscious instead of killing them. He is still quite hurt.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I will move to right here, and then end my turn, and see whatever Finn does.
Let's let it resolve.
Okay. So, given the change in circumstance, to Buckthorn's point, there aren't necessarily teams anymore. So Finn will grab her own throat and cast Shocking Grasp.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I hit. And I take 3 damage. And she is like, just like staring into the middle distance as she does it. And then as soon as the spell is done, her hand, it drops. And she walks off the field.
Okay.
Ralsdrax is going to kneel down and cast Cure Wounds on Buck.
Not the time, mate. I'll
Okay.
take care of me.
Well, no one else. Well, okay, this is not true. I'm the only other one that's hurt, so I don't really like physically hurt.
You take care of you.
Eh.
And someone has to go talk to Finn, and I reckon if I walked up to them, I would cause more damage.
Okay.
Then I will Misty step towards them because I can tell with the brain thing.
Yeah.
I'll pick that up next time. Thank you so much for joining us. You could have spent your time anywhere with anyone, but you chose to spend it with us, and that is so sweet of you. We appreciate it very much. Good night.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Good night,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.
Goodbye
Thanks, Finn.
forever.